All right, this is KE8VZA returning. If anyone out there would like to get an early check-in before 9:30, please call now.
November 5, Golf Lima Oscar. November 5, Golf Lima Oscar, N5, DLO Bill, Oakhurst, Texas.
Roger, Bill. Got you in here. November 5, Golf Lima Oscar from Texas. Thanks for checking in, Bill.
Okay, that was November 5, Golf Lima Oscar. I didn't hear the L on the Lima on the call back. I'm not staying for the long show. I'll be here for a little while, but I do like here on the porch, and it's already down to 30 degrees out here, so I'm not hanging out here too much longer. N5GLO.
Okay, I got your call sign N5GLO, November 5, Golf Lima Oscar. Okay, Bill. Good luck on the front porch there. We'll keep you on the log, and we'll give you a ring when we get to you. If you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not. This is KE8VZA returning here. I am the logger for the Beacon Net tonight on the Sarah repeater, Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. And the frequency is 147, Mark 390, PL tone 114, Mark 8. If anyone would like to get an early check-in before 9:30, please call now.
W8WKY.
KEVZA, this is KD8SLG. Give me a signal report on this thing.
KD8SLG, KE8VZA, 59, Nick.
Alright, on an AT, on a node, on a janky Wi-Fi network. So, I'm here, man. Thanks for the signal report. KD8SLG, clear.
KE8VZA returning. Actually, Nick, you're 59 plus 30. Okay, this is KE8VZA returning again. If there are any other stations out there that would like an early check-in, now's your chance. We will start with the normal early check-ins at 9:30, but if you really want to get a good seat, now's your chance. KE8VZA returning again. We're about ready to start the BeaconNet pre-show, which I will be hosting tonight, in about 2.5 minutes roughly. So if you'd like to squeak in under the wire before 9:30, before that beautiful voice announces our net, please call now. This is KE8VZA returning. I have everybody on the log that's currently logged into NetLogger, and please stand by for the announcement.
The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
And there she is. We are ready to roll with the BeaconNet pre-show on the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association repeater, 147 Mark 390, PL tone 114 Mark 8. Before we take any more check-ins, we're going to go through our list of net control team here and get some signal reports, make sure everything is working well. Also known as our Mickey Mouse roll call, which I forgot the first time I did the pre-show a couple times ago, but firmly implanted in my memory now to to do. So first off, let's go with Nick at Night, KE8QKO. How are you doing there, Nick?
KE8VZA, KE8QKO. I'm doing fine, Eric. Doing fine. I see you got the pre-show worked out, and you get ready to start the pre-show. So, yeah, I'll be standing by until the start of the net at 10 p.m. And good luck, sir. With that, I'll pass it back to you, KE8QKO.
KE8QKO, KE8VZA. Very good, Nick. You're sounding really good. Everything seems to be working well on your end. Okay, we'll go down to the next person on the list is Mike, KE8QWE. Mike has our trivia tonight. How you doing, Mike?
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Well, hello there, Eric. You sound fine. I'm sure I sound like me. I have my trivia ready. I'm all set to go. Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KE8VZA.
Okay there, Mike. You're sounding very good yourself. And you do sound like yourself. This is KE8VZA clearing with KE8QWE. And we're going to roll on down to KD8SLG, whom I spoke with briefly a minute ago. How you doing there, Just Nick?
KE8VZA, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric, and everybody here on the Beaconette. I'm doing just groovy. I have no responsibilities whatsoever. I'll be hanging around. This is KD8SLG, back to net control.
Thanks, Just Nick. Yes, I forgot to ask you the ultimate question if you were hanging around. Thank you for answering that in advance. Very good. Okay, we're going to roll down to the Squatch of Medina, KD8EPC. Dustin, how you doing? Are you hanging around tonight?
KE8VZA and the Beaconette pre-show. This is KD8EPC. I'm here. I'll be around. And, yeah, we're not going anywhere. So this is KD8EPC. Turning it back to free net control.
W8WKY.
Very good there, Dustin. Good to hear you tonight. This is KE8VZA clearing with KD8EPC. And I don't think Alan is here yet. We'll call him out. We'll throw a call out there for him anyway. KI5DAY. Alan, are you out there yet? Okay, hearing nothing, we will come back to Alan later. He will have our alt trivia tonight. Okay, so let's take a look at who we already have on the list. I got Josh, KE8YUG, Eddie, W3ETB, Chuck, W4AIZ, Tom, KA8MNT, Bill, N5GLO, Kelly, KC0LRM, Andy, AB8MO, Mark, KC8FQV. I saw you in the blue screen there, Mark. I slapped you in there. So we'll get back to you. KE8ZTK, Cody, and the other Josh, KE8VKA. Okay, so before we run down that list, let me throw a call out there for any more check-ins. Please call now.
Kilo Echo 8, Mike Yankee. This is Chris in Amherst, KE8MMY.
HC3 India 5, Charlie Papa, KI5 CTV. Mobile in northeast Oklahoma, and I'm just here for the count.
Last station, I think it was ended in Papa. Could you please repeat your call?
Kilo India 5, Charlie Papa, KI5 CTV.
I copy Kilo India 5, Charlie, Papa. Got you there, Richard. And I think I heard FedEx Mike in the background there. Come back to me, FedEx Mike, if that's the case. All right, this is KE8VZA returning. I'm going to go ahead and run down our list of check-ins so far and see if you're hanging around. So let's go up to the first one. Josh, KE8YUG. How you doing, Josh? And are you hanging around for the big show?
KE8VZA, this is KE8YUG. Good to hear you, Eric. Or should I say the Antron Band King? That's the inside thing. Yeah, I got your text. But that's awesome. Dominating the Antron 99, I hear, and that's awesome. So it's a good antenna. But yeah, we'll be sticking around, looking forward to it, and hanging out with everybody, and hanging out on the blue screen. All right, sounding good, Eric. I'll send it back to you. KE8YUG, back to net.
All right, Josh, very good. Yes, been pushing the known limits of the Antron 99 here at the QTH. We'll talk a little more about that later, but thanks, Josh. Got you on the list. Okay, Eddie, W3ETB. How you doing, Eddie? And are you sticking around for the big show?
Yeah, Eric, I'll be here. I'm doing fine. We had a little bit of snow today, but it didn't stick. It was just kind of flurry, and it is cold, very cold. So it's good to be inside. And I'll be sticking around for the show. Talk to you later. Take care.
Very good, Eddie. It's good to hear you tonight. Yeah, it's pretty cold over here too. Last I looked at the temperature a few hours ago, it was 9 degrees. So I can only guess it's probably dropped 1 or 2 since then. Okay, KE8VZA clearing with W3ETB. Next on the list we had W4AIZ Chuck from Florida, who checked in and out. And next on the list is Tom from Canton, KA8MNT. How you doing, Tom? Are you sticking around tonight?
KE8VZA, this is Kilo Alpha 8 Mike November Tango. Yeah, I'll stick around for a short time tonight, enough to hear the trivia question and make a fool of myself. So, with that, I'll turn it back over to you. This is KA8MNT, back to KE8VZA.
Okay there, Tom. Very good. I'm sure if you hang around long enough, I'll make a fool out of myself. So we'll clear with KA8MNT. This is KE8VZA. Moving on down the list here of who I have thus far. And next on the list is N5GO. Bill, are you still out there on the porch, Bill? What's your status?
I'm still out here right now in 5GO, and that, like I said, I'm not hanging around for the long show, because it's already 30 degrees out here, so I'm going to be going in for too long, but I wanted to say hi to everybody tonight. Finally got it on my calendar so I can remember it. My brain goes weird some nights, so I put a bunch of nets on my calendar today so my phone would remind me of them. So anyway, wanted to say hi to everybody, and I'll probably catch some folks on something tomorrow. In 5GLO. Everybody, if you hit cold, stay warm in 5GLO.
All right, Bill. Yeah, I'm doing my best to stay warm here. So far, I'm mostly successful. So you do the same. I'll keep you on the list. When we come back around, if you're still there, you're there. If not, you're not. So very good. This KE8VZA clearing with N5GLO and rolling on down to Kelly, KC0LRM. How you doing tonight, Kelly? And are you sticking around for the big show?
You have a good evening, and I'll let you get on down the list. Thanks for running that.
Very good, Kelly. Got you there. KE8VZA clearing with KC0LRM, and moving on down to Andy, AB8MO. How you doing there, Andy? And are you sticking around for the big net?
Well, as long as Nick at Night doesn't call me last on the list, I'll probably be around. I'd like to make a little announcement about Winterfield Day coming up at the top of the hour, if that's okay. I know I can't be running my mouth, but I'm here. What more can I say? It is 6 degrees. Back to net, AB8MO.
Okay, Andy. We will, I will put a color on you here. There we go. And I'm sure Nick at Night will go for that announcement there. We'll check with him when we get there. I don't think that will be a problem. Next on the list, KC8FQV. How you doing there, Mark? And are you sticking around for the big show? KC8FQV. This is KE8VZA. How you doing there, Mark? Are you sticking around for the BeaconNet Big Show tonight? Okay, nothing heard. We'll circle back for Mark in a bit. We'll move on down to KE8ZTK. Cody, how you doing, Cody? And are you sticking around for the big show tonight?
W8WKY.
KE8VZA. This is KE8ZTK. Good evening, Eric, and everybody on the pre-net. I'll be sticking around as long as I can keep myself warm down here in the basement. You know, this weather's absolutely nuts. But, yep, I'll be here for the long haul, and with that, I'm going to send it back to pre-net.
All right, Cody, very good. Thanks for checking in tonight. We got you on the list. This is KE8VZA, clearing with KE8ZTK. Moving on down, we have a similar call sign, KE8VKA. How you doing there, Josh? Are you sticking around for the big show tonight?
KE8VZA, KE8VKA. Good morning. Good morning. Good evening, Eric. Oh, no. Good evening, Eric, and everybody on the pre-net. I'm not going to be sticking around today, but wanted to pop in here, say hello real quick, and wish everybody a wonderful start of the week here, and hopefully it all goes well, and we'll catch you all on Wednesday. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, Eric. Have a good night, and have fun. Thanks for doing the logging. And, I don't think I said thanks for picking up trivia for me a couple weeks ago. Appreciate that. Anyways, KE8VKA, back to KE8VZA.
All right there, Josh. No mind pinch hitting. And good to have you on the list. And next, we have somebody I think you know, KE8YUK. Lucy, how you doing, Lucy? And are you sticking around for the big show tonight?
Well, howdy, Eric, and the rest of the BeaconNet Sunday night edition. I will not be sticking around. I'm exhausted. Betty is teething with her molars, and boy, that just changes everything. But she's still great. When she's not really angry that she's in pain. But we're figuring out what cold stuff she can eat and making it better. So little by little, we'll make it through. With that, I'm going to pass it back to you and wish everybody a great night, a solid night, and a good night's sleep, which is I'm looking forward to my wife to C8. Thank you. Thank you.
All right there, Lucy. again to give you a good night's sleep, and Betty as well, and ultimately Josh too. I remember those days with the kids teething, always a challenging time, but best to you, 73 Lucy. We'll move on down the list to KE8MMY. How you doing, Chris, and are you sticking around for the big show?
Well, yes, because I am sticking around to the big show because I licked the microphone and now my tongue is stuck to it. KE8MMY.
All right there, Chris. Yeah, I think you left that microphone out long. Anywho, we got you on the list here. Very good. KE8BZA clearing with KE8MMY. And we'll go down next to Richard, KI5CPP. How you doing, Richard? And are you sticking around for the big show? Kilo India 5, Charlie Papa Papa. This is Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha. Are you still out there, Richard? And are you sticking around for the big show? Tim, I don't remember. I don't remember, but he might have. Okay, I picked up the blue Chris, KD2HCE. How you doing there, Chris? And are you sticking around for the big show tonight?
Hi, Eric. KD2HCE. Hi, everybody else. No, I am not. I'm going to call it an early night tonight and try and get some sleep. Last week, over the weekend, it's been about 6 hours total sleep. Hasn't been good for the sleep quotient, so I'm going to try and get an early start and get a little more hours in there. So, hope everyone had again. KD2HCE.
All right there, Chris. Sorry to hear the sleep quotient is low right now. Hopefully you can restore it to normal levels. But thanks for checking in tonight. We got you on the list as in and out. 73. Okay, I'm going to open it up for any more check-ins. Please call now. Kilo Mark. Okay, I'll pick it up there. We have Mark K4SCK, Gary K8WA, and 3WAU. I'm going to go up to Mark here. How you doing, Mark?
Hey, good evening, Eric. KG4SCK here. Yes, sir. I'm sticking around, been around, staying around. KG4SCK, back to net.
Very good, Mark. Got you on the list. And we're going to roll on down to KE8WA, Gary, over in Sandusky. How you doing tonight, Gary? Are you sticking around for Big Net?
Good evening, Eric, and the group of KEWA. Yes, I plan on staying on. If the dog decides she has to go take a walk tonight, I plan on staying in here with KEWA.
Okay, Gary, very good. Got you on the list. Thanks for checking in. We're going to roll on down to KC3WKU, Matthew from Baltimore. How you doing, Matthew? And are you sticking around for the big show?
Sorry, I'm trying to tweak my echo over. Whenever everything up here on this end, and yeah, I'll be sticking around. KC3WKU back to now.
Okay, very good. Yeah, the second try there was crystal clear. Where you tweaked did the trick. And do you prefer Matt or Matthew?
I usually go by Matt.
Very good, Matt. I just wanted to get your first name there. Wasn't sure. Thank you for confirming. This is KE8VZA clearing with KC3WKU. And I'm looking for more check-ins. Any more check-ins out there? We have less than 8 minutes left, so please call now.
Alpha 5, Juliet Bravo, Matt at Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's what time?
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Bravo Lima, CJ in Parma.
November 8, Whiskey Hotel Romeo, Mike in Brunswick, in and out.
W8WKY.
Okay, pick it there. I got Matt, AF5JB. I need to correct your call sign here. Whoops. And then there was another station, a KE8, and I didn't get all of your call sign. I'm sorry. Could you please repeat?
KE8, Zulu Bravo Lima, CJ in Parma.
Roger, CJ, got you that time. KE8, ZBL, Zulu Bravo Lima. And then after that, I had November 8, Whiskey Hotel Romeo, Michael. And we have any seconds?
Whiskey 8, Tango Foxtrot, in and out.
KCA, Fox Queen Victor, KCF QV.
Okay, let me pick it up there. We got AF5JB, KE8ZBL, N8WHR, and W8TTF, and KC8FQV. I'm going to go up to AF5JB. Matt, need a short time. How you doing, Matt? And would you like to take a minute to make your comments now?
Yeah. I'd go ahead and comment now. I appreciate it. Good to get everybody else out on the net. Currently 3 degrees, and it's we got one inch of snow on the ground. Actually got pretty lucky. I'm getting way more snow than we are, and yeah, how are you doing? Put my laundry and we got to play a video game there, and put down a couple of old friends of mine. They're doing good up there. About 50 or 60 miles northeast of Pelham. Go back here in town about 3 a.m. this morning. It was a good time, and everything. I'm staying warm. Got pretty cozy RV, so doing good there.
Thank you, Joe, and anytime. Thanks for having me.
Very good, Matt. Sounds like you had a good weekend, and you survived so far. I know everybody's reaching for those warm socks, sweaters, and the extra blanket. Always helps. Good to hear from you, Matt. Thanks for checking in, and we look forward to you checking in the future. Have a good week, and we'll move on. I'm going to jump up to the other Mark. Where is he? Here he is, line 14. KC8FQV. Mark, how you doing tonight, and are you sticking around for the big show?
Oh, yeah, I'll stick around for the main show. Yep, KC8FQV. But I'll say one thing, it is cold outside. Yeah, it was cold. I went down and got the paper, went across the street, was looking at the plastic pipe that they're using to put in for gas. Yeah, they, there's bells on it or anything. All they do, they must grab it with two clamps and heat it to 400 degrees on the end and then push it together. So they must get it soft on each end of the pipes. They get it soft and push it together. So I seen a little bulge up when they were connected about 400 feet tied together, waiting to go underground. They're doing that horizontal boring. So they'll send it back to net. But it was cold when I was over there. Cold outside, so I'll send it back to net, KC8FQV.
All right there, Mark. Very good. Yeah, those horizontal boring machines are pretty fascinating. Thanks for sharing that. We got you on the list, and before we get to 10 o'clock, I'm going to jump down to one of the other check-ins I haven't spoken with yet, and that is CJ, KE8ZBL. How you doing tonight, CJ, and are you sticking around for the big net?
KE8ZBL, I am sticking around for the big net, doing well, sitting at my bench here, getting a new radio set up. Gonna instructing a cable to put up in the antenna, get a little bit more range than what I am on my HT, and so just enjoying the night, staying warm, and get excited to follow along with the net. So I'll turn it back over to you, KE8ZBL.
All right, CJ, very good. That's the last check-in I'm going to take so far. Got you on the list there, CJ. So this is KE8ZZA. We're clear with KE8ZBL. And it is now the top of the hour, so I am going to turn over the net to Nick at Night, KE8QKO. And Nick, I have a bit of traffic to pass on to you from Andy. If you didn't hear it, AB8MO has an announcement that he would like to make at whatever convenient time of your choosing.
Understood, Eric. Thank you again for doing a fine job on the pre-show. All right. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Kilo Oscar, and I will be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL total of 114 Mark 8, All-Star node 48496, and Echo Link W8WKY-R. This is directed net, so all traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma that do drop in and various other repeaters, so we ask that you keep for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, if there any emergency or priority traffic, please call now. All right, nothing heard. Stations that have not already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right. Sounds like Eric did a fine job on the pre-show, get everybody checked in there. All right, so before we go over and get our trivia questions, we're going to run back. You know what? But we're going to get the trivia questions first, and then we're going to start with AV8MO. So, K8QWE, K8QKO. Mike, how you doing? And what do you have for our trivia tonight?
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Well, hello there, everybody. You know, trivia questions can come from a variety of sources. When I got up this morning to let out the dog, and it looked like a blizzard out there and really cold, I thought, we're going to have a trivia question on cold. So, the question is, what was the coldest recorded temperature in the U.S.? All 50 states. Again, what was the coldest recorded temperature in the U.S.? All 50 states. The options are A, minus 45, B, minus 50, C, minus 60, D, minus 80. Again, the options are A, minus 50. Sorry, I have to apologize. A, minus 45, B, minus 50, C, minus 60, and D, minus 80. I'll put this into the blue screen. With that being said, I will return this back to K8QKO.
All right, thank you, Mike, for another fine question. I'm going to take my Necro Troll prerogative to think on that one a bit. And it looks like Alan's available, so let's go up to KI5DAY and get our alternate question read for us. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY is the net, and hey, as always, how's my signal, Mr. Nick?
Fantabulous, Alan, fantabulous.
Excellent, because it's usually hard to hear you when I go to the Claremore repeater, so I like to come through All-Star so I can hear you better. You have gremlins or something between me and you when I go through the Claremore repeater. But tonight's alternate trivia brought to you by Kellogg's Corn Flakes. Tonight's alternate trivia is, there are apples that have a black outer skin. These apples are A, native to Tibet, B, a result of hybrid seed process mixing apple and eggplant seeds, C, a rare chemical pigmentation that happens in extreme weather climates, or D, apples that Harry Cornwaldo-Bean injects with dye for Halloween. Let me let this drop. There are a couple of typos in my, I posted it on the blue screen, but I will fix the typos. Here's the question one more time. There are apples that have black outer skins. These apples are A, native to Tibet, B, a result of hybrid seed process mixing apple and eggplant seeds, C, a rare chemical pigmentation that happens in extreme weather climates, or D, apples that Harry Cornwaldo-Bean injects with dye for Halloween. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, thank you again, Alan. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to think about as well. A couple of those sound plausible to me, so I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to go with yet. Okay, now before we start going through our list of check-ins and getting their answers to trivia questions and their wonderful comments tonight, we are going to start with AV8MO Andy, who has some traffic for us that he wants to share. Also, Andy, if you would like, you can go ahead and give all your traffic and answer the trivia questions while you're at it. And we'll get you knocked out of here. Andy, take it away.
All right, this is AV8MO. Well, you just feel bad because you made me wait till the end of the net last week. All right, I want to make an announcement for Winter Field Day, which is coming up on January 27th and 28th. While you can operate from a home, who wants to do that? So I want to invite everybody, those of you who want to go out to a field site, there are a few around. The other club that I belong to, the Bourne Amateur Radio Association, is doing a field day at Stevens Park in Niles, Ohio, and it will be running from 2 p.m. to 2 p.m. That's the same time schedule as Summerfield Day. If you don't want to go all the way to Niles, W8LKY Club in Alliance is doing a winter field day, and I believe the Maslin Club too. So mark your calendars if you want to get out there, do winter field day. Back to my answers for the trivium. Let's see here. Oh man, I got to go with the hairy apples for D Delta on the alternate trivia, and I'm going to go A for 45 below zero. I think that's minus 45. I would think that's minus 45 and not question mark 45, but we'll go with that. Back to that, AB and MO.
All right, thank you, Andy. You know, I will say, winter field day. I think today might be winter field day for me because I'm sitting here in my office using my radio, and my office is not heated. It's 5 degrees outside, so it's a smidge on the chilly side. If you hear me talking a little more than usual, then maybe I'm trying to get more power through my radio to try to raise this room a tenth of a degree or something. Maybe I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But thank you, Andy. Got your answers down there for Alpha and Delta, and thanks for the information about winter field day. I'm going to identify real quick. This is K8QKO in the WWKY repeater, and we're going to go through our list of check-ins for the Beacon Net. We're going to go from the top of the list here. We're going to start with K8YUG. Josh. How you doing tonight, Josh? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
K8QKO, this is K8YUG. Good evening, Nick. Good evening, everybody else out there. Yeah, it's cold, cold night, but well, we'll get the trivia going first. I guess, yeah, in that same fashion. I'm going to go with C for negative 60 for the main trivia, and then for alternate trivia, I'll go with C for Charlie. And yeah, like I said, it's cold. We got our new flannel sheets on, so thanks to Mom and Dad for that. And yeah, it should keep us warm tonight. Yeah, happy birthday to Dad. It's his birthday today, and we got to see him. He's out of the hospital doing good. Got to see my brother, everybody else. I know they're all listening, so hello to you guys. And, yeah, my brother brought his radio, so we did some stuff with that. He's programming it and everything. He's on his way, so that's real cool. And then, yeah, tomorrow's the NORS meeting, so we'll be looking forward to that. K8GXL Keith will be there doing the Burning River Traffic Net, which I'm real excited for his chat. So, yeah, that's all I got. Looking forward to it. Be listening out, and everybody stay warm. I'll say 73 and send it back to you. K8YUG, back to net.
All right, thank you, Josh. Got you down there for Charlie and Charlie. Next, we're going to go down to W3ETB Eddie. How you doing, Eddie? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Yeah, hi, Nick. Doing pretty good here, just keeping warm as well, trying to stay warm. I thought I heard mentioned in the blue screen about something about adding Lucy in there, so I know you got Josh in there, so we need the Yuck as well. Anyway, unless she's busy, of course. Probably playing with thimbles, maybe, I don't know. But anyhow, go ahead and copy what Josh said. I agree. C and C. I was going to go with the main trivia question for minus 80 degrees, because I know that there was some mountain where they said it gets really, really cold on the mountain, and I can't remember. I'm trying to think. It maybe like Mount Hood or something like that. They said it gets extremely cold, but I can't imagine any place, hopefully here in the United States, that's minus 80 degrees. So we'll go with C, which is I think minus 60 degrees. So that would mean that I'm going C and C tonight. So C, see you later. This is W3ETV. I may be probably asleep or whatever later on. So 73 all. Have a great evening.
All right, thank you, Eddie. Got you down there for Charlie and Charlie. It's good to hear from you tonight. Okay, our next station was WB4AIZ Chuck from Florida, who was in and out. And we are now down to KA8MNT. Tom, go ahead and take it away, sir.
KE8QKO. This is KE8MNT. Good evening, Nick, and everybody that's on the net. So let's see here. Well, let's get the trivia out of the way. I'm going to go with on the main question. I'm going to go with Delta, and with the second question, I'm going to go with Charlie. So that's what I've got up my sleeve there tonight. Yeah, it's been a pretty uneventful weekend, other than being right now 7 degrees outside and quite chilly. So I've been in here with a little project that I kind of put myself into with some 3D printing, and I was just about finished, and my printer crashed, and now I have to get a couple of parts for the bed on it. So I have them on order, and I'm supposed to get them tomorrow. So we'll see if I can finish this little project up. But other than that, things are going pretty good, and we're warm. We're staying in. So this is Kilo Alpha 8 Mike, November Tango. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep smiling. Turning everything back to KE8QKO 730.
All right, thank you, Tom. Got you down there for Delta and Charlie. And yeah, sorry to stay warm out there. Okay, our next station is N5GLO. Bill, how you doing tonight, Bill? And what do you have for us this evening? November 5, Golf Lima Oscar, N5GLO, Bill. Hello, Bill. Are you out there? Do you have traffic for the Beacon Net tonight? All right, nothing heard there. Perhaps Bill had to step away. Maybe we can hear back from him again later. Perhaps he can recheck with us. Next, we're going to go down to KC0 LRM Kelly. How you doing tonight, Kelly? And what do you have for us tonight?
Hey, thanks for getting there. Think about it for a month. Thought about it for a moment. I think I'm just going to go C for the first one and the Cornwaldo bean for the second one, just for the point of it there. All right. Thanks for running that. Hope everybody's having a good evening out there and staying warm. That's what I plan on doing. Wish I had some firewood. I'd start a fire. And I'll let you get on down the list there. And once again, thanks for running that. Everybody have a good evening.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Got you down there for Charlie and Delta. Yeah, try to stay warm. That's where we're at. All right, so next we're going to go down to KC8 FQV. Mark, how you doing tonight, Mark? And what do you have for the Beacon Net?
Yeah, KSFK. Well, on the first one, I want to say, I got to see these numbers. I just want to say Delta. And, yeah, it's cold outside. I went down to get the paper and walked across the street because I want to see what that plastic pipe, if it has bells or what it has on it. It's nothing. That gas pipe they use is just flat at either end, nothing, and they mash it. They can't mash it. They got to get it to 400 degrees, and then they mash it. They push two ends together, and that's it. It's stuck together then. Amazing that they can do that. So apparently that plastic must be produced around 400 degrees when they make it. Or maybe a little higher than that even. Maybe it just responds to that 400. I'll sometime ask my brother, because that is in polymer. We're going from steel to polymer now. This country was always on steel, but there's a lot of polymer. But it's a lot of probably recycled polymer. Well, they're trying to figure it out. And we know steel is pretty readily recyclable. And of course, if you sort it right, my brother was, because my other brother, he's a metal engineer. And he has different metals that you get them into the right thing, you can, I think all metals just get recycled, melted together, but you sort it right, you can do a little better. But on the other one, on the Apple one, I didn't really see it. Rare chemical propagation. I'm going to say don't C. I'm going to say C on that one. And we'll pick C. So I'm going to say C on the other one. So we'll send it back to net control, KCFQV. Yeah, I can't complain. I'm not coughing too often. So we don't want to jinx it. So we'll send it back to net, KCFQV.
Thank you, sir. Got down there for Delta and Charlie. It's good to hear from you. Next, going to go down to K8ZTK. Cody. How you doing tonight, Cody? And what do you have for the Beacon Net?
KE8QKO. This is KE8ZTK. Good evening, Nick, and everybody on the net. I'll go ahead and get my answers out of the way real quick. I'm going to do Delta for the first one and Alpha for the second. Not a whole lot going on. Spent some time this weekend wiring up my boom mic and my mixer to my FT991A, so I've been playing around with that. And seems to be working well. I haven't had too much time to mess around with. I've got echo and a couple other things going on in this board that I can mess around with. So when I get a little free time, I think I'm going to play around with them. That's always been fun. I did that years ago when I was playing around with the CB bands, and always got a pretty big kick out of that. So I think that's all I got for the evening. So with that, I'll send it back to net control.
All right, thank you, Cody. Got you down there for Delta and Alpha. Okay, we had two stations here that are checked in and out. That's the K8VKA and K8YUK. Apparently they don't like that thing. It's like the check in checking on Dawson's Net, but they don't like it as much, I guess. We'll see how that works out. And next we'll go down to K8MMY. Chris, how you doing tonight, Chris? And what do you have for us tonight?
Well, brother, it's cold out there, that's for sure. So I'm just snug as a bug in a rug, and I am warmed by the hearts and hearths of all of you netizens out there. I'm going to go for the negative 60. I think it's actually gotten colder than that, but I don't think it's gone all the way to 80. So I'm going to go for negative 60. And then I also want to say that it's the weather that affects the apple skin. And you had noted that it was the outer skin of the apple, and so I'm wondering, I don't know if I've ever seen the inner skin of the apple, unless that's just the back side of the outer skin. So there's a whole nother trivia question for you right there. So KE8MMY, everybody stay warm and safe.
Thank you, Chris. Hey, did you give your answers for the trivia question? I don't know if I picked them off my head or not.
Yeah, that's. I'm going with the negative 60, and with the how did you say it? They're the atmospheric conditions that cause it to turn. So I guess that would be C. I don't remember what position it was, but the environmental conditions.
All right, thank you, sir. Got you down there for Charlie and Charlie. Okay, next station was KI5 CPP Richard, who I think was in and out. or was he? Richard, are you out there for traffic? Yeah. If you're out there, please come back. KI5, CPP. Richard, if you're out there and put traffic for the beacon net, please come back.
W8WKY.
All right, nothing heard from Richard there. Perhaps we can get back from him, hear from him later. The next station we have is KD2HCE. Chris was in and out. And we are now down to KG4SCK. Hey, Mark, I forgot to mention a while ago because I haven't only really seen you in a bit, but I did get the wrench, and I appreciate it. I'm curious. I don't know the significance of the wrench, if there is any. I don't know if you want to share that tidbit of information or not, or maybe I'll see you at the club and you can tell me. The club meeting, you can tell me. Anyway, that's off the mark. KEAQQ.
Hey, Nick and Knight, KG4SCK Mark here. The significance of the wrench. Well, I found out playing with antennas that the 10-millimeter nut was pretty common, so I figured, what the heck, everybody could use a 10-millimeter wrench. That's all that is. Hey, today was a huge day for me. I moved a huge boulder out of the way at my apartment. The boulder that was inhibiting me from getting on HF at the apartment. I was out there in the cold, freezing snow, connecting my 10-meter and 6-meter ham sticks and putting them on a pole up in the air, tuning them, all that out in the cold to make sure it would do just right. And it did. The radio lit up with all sorts of 10-meter contacts, and I made my first contact, my first HF contact, on my own antenna, my own rig. It was a happy day today. The answer to the trivia question, Delta and Alpha, and if I miss it, then I'm a Delta and an Alpha. KG4SCK, back to net.
All right, thank you, Mark. Got you down there for Delta and Alpha, and congratulations on making those contacts today and getting that boulder moved. I'm sure it was probably not a simple task, but it seems to be pretty heavy. All right, I'm going to identify real quick. This is KEAQKO and the WWKY repeater going through our list of check-ins for the beacon net. And we are now down to KE8WA, Gary. How you doing tonight, Gary? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight?
Good evening, everyone. Best I can figure is that temperature question's got to be a Delta, 80, -80. Second question, I figure it's a toss-up between A and D. Old Harry, Harry Cornwall beans. They play around with that stuff, but I'm going to have to say A, Alpha. So it'd be Delta and Alpha, KEWA.
All right, thank you, Gary. Got you down there for Delta and Alpha. Next, we're going to go down to KC3WKU. Matt, how you doing tonight, Matt? And what do you have for us tonight?
At KC3WKU in Baltimore, Maryland. Well, for the trivia part, I'm going to guess Alpha on the first question and Charlie on the second. Now, other than that, yes, it is cold down here as well. I've had my antenna, or I've had my beam in storm mode for about the past week. Because we've had some pretty nasty storms. A lot of people that lost power in the city here. Thankfully, I wasn't one of them. And we did get a little bit of snow today, which didn't stick to the ground, and I was happy about that also. But other than that, not an overly eventful weekend. I've been, let's see, well, the XYL has an injury, so I've been helping take care of her, and I just happened to be able to sneak downstairs and check into the net. So with that, this is KC3WKU, sending it back to net control.
All right, Pat, thank you for getting in with us there tonight, and thank you for your answers of Alpha and Charlie. Yeah, good luck with everything, and hope to hear from you again. Our next station was AF5JB, who is in and out, and we are now down to KE8ZBL CJ. How you doing tonight, CJ? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
This is KE8ZBL, doing well tonight. Not much. I'm just working on some equipment here, listening to net. For trivia tonight, I am going to go for Charlie, and I really have no idea on either one of them, so that's a wild guess there. But not too much else, and I'm going to turn it back over to net control. KE8ZBL 73 Sol.
All right, thank you, sir. Got you down there for Charlie and Charlie. All right, after CJ, we had 3 stations that ran it out. We're going to run through them real quick here. That's N8WHR, WATTF, KE8QOY. Next, that takes us down to KI5TAQ. Taco Tim. How you doing tonight, Tim? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Oh, good afternoon, guys. This is KI5TAQ. Let me get the trivia questions out of the way first. I possibly would say for the main trivia question, B. And then for the alternate trivia question, I'm going to go with D, just to humor Alan. It's been cold around here today. It's right now 3 degrees, and it's got a rock side to the end of it. So for anybody who's listening in all parts of the United States that's got snow and ice, please be careful and drive safely and drive smartly, because we know there are some people out there who will say, oh, I know what to do, and all of a sudden wind up either in the ditch or on the wall. So with that said, I'll just send it back to net control and let you get on down the line. This is KI5TAQ.
All right, thank you, Tim. And that's got down there Bravo and Delta, and that's a good statement. You know, even if I were to drive from here, B to be down in your area, which is actually a little bit colder than it is here, which I find kind of odd. But if it was 3 degrees and I was driving around Texas, the road conditions are totally different between Northeast Ohio and Texas, because you guys don't have the same road designs and the same road treatments that we have here to deal with that kind of stuff. So someone from the north can drive down there and say, I know what I'm doing, and they'll find out pretty quick. It doesn't really matter if they know what they're doing, if the roads are in the conditions they are. So thank you, sir. All right, I'm going to identify real quick. This is KE8QKO on the WWKY repeater, going through a list of check-ins from the Beacon Net. Next, we're going to go down to KF580E, Mr. Nickelodeon, and I'm curious, are you up north enjoying this wonderful weather with us, or are you down south tormenting yourself with the cold weather down there? But that'll pass it off to you, sir.
Good evening. This is KF5AD Nickelodeon, and no, we're still up here in Ohio, but we've noticed that Sandy's radio has picked up a lot of noise. It could be just the fact of, the colder snow causes whatever interaction with the going on. It could be LED lights down here in the basement, but we've had those all along. We've got a new heater that's down here in the basement. kind of keeping the chill off of things. So it could be several things that's causing her radio. But we're on Echo Link right now off my phone, and I'm not sure which question is which, but I did go through the right to net, and we did see the Apple question, and both Sandy and I are, well, I'll let her answer her own, but I'm going to go ahead and go with for the Apple answer. If there's a second one, I didn't see it on the screen just yet, because I go flying through this thing pretty quick, so I could have overlooked the other question. So if it's there, we may ask for a reread on that. KF5, back to net control.
All right, thank you, sir. Yeah, let's go ahead and get those questions reread for us, just in case there's any other check-ins out there that are going to want them, maybe you didn't hear them the first time. So we'll go up to you, K8QWE Mike. Let's get that primary question read for us again, please, sir.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. What was the coldest recorded temperature in the U.S.? All 50 states. A, minus 45, B, minus 50, C, minus 60, and D, minus 80. Again, what was the coldest recorded temperature in the U.S.? All 50 states. A, minus 45, B, minus 50, C, minus 60, D, minus 80. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KE8, UKO.
All right, thank you, sir. Next, we'll go to KF5, DAY Alan to get that alternate question read for us. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY, all day long. Here's tonight's alternate trivia question. There are apples that have black outer skins. These apples are A, native to Tibet, B, a result of hybrid seed process mixing apple and eggplant seeds, C, a rare chemical pigmentation that happens in extreme weather climates, or D, apples that Harry Cornwaldo Bean injects with dye for Halloween. KI5, that's really silly. KI5DAY, back to Nick.
All right, thank you, sir. We're going to go back up to KF5ADE and see what his answer is to the primary question. Nickelodeon, take it away.
All right, this is KF5ADE, and back to the trivia questions. The primary trivia question, I'm going to go ahead and go with, I believe, Charlie, the minus 60 degrees. We were stationed up in North Dakota, and yeah, it gets cold up in that area. No, we were not part of the coldest place on the lower 48s, but it was close to us, so that much we know. So I'm going to go with the minus 60. I believe that was Charlie, and we're still sticking with the alpha on the alternate question. But everything else has been doing well. We've been enjoying ourselves. Got a little bit watching a football game upstairs with the son-in-law and enjoying it for a change, because I'm usually not much for football. But this game has got my attention, so it's a good football game. It's the Lions and the Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Rams that are playing. So we were watching that, and I thought, oh, wait, we got to get down here and do net. So that's where we're at. And before I get to where I'm timing out, I better let it go. So with that, KF5AD, I hope you go ahead and let Sandy get her 2 cents in here and let her get her answers in here. KF5AD, back to net control.
Absolutely, Nick. We'll go ahead and go down next to KG5SYC, Miss Sandy, and see what she has for us tonight. Sandy, take it away.
This is KG5SYC, and hello, Net. We've been having a lot of fun here with the granddaughters, for sure. It is so funny because the oldest one, she's in first grade, and she does pretty good at printing and writing, and she's got a real finesse for liking bugs and being scared, or I don't think she really gets scared, but she likes bugs and all kinds of things, and she likes playing tricks on Oma and Opa. And so today, what did I find in my bed? I found an alligator with a drawing and telling me that it's going to eat me. So tomorrow, I can't wait to see what they get because they've got bugs in their bed. At any rate, it is kind of comical with these a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old. Yeah, quite comical. At any rate, let me take a nickel and I'll get back to the trivia. This is KG5SYC. And to go to trivia, I'm also going to go with the minus 60 degrees on the, and with the Apple one, I'm going to go with A because A's always right? And, but as far as the 60, I have to kind of pardon because when we were in North Dakota, it was 65 below zero wind chill. But I guess that on true factor of the temperature, I guess it would be probably about 60 degrees and that. So we'll get back to net control. This is KG5SYC.
All right, thank you, Sandy. Catch down there for Charlie and Alpha. And I will say, I'm thankfully never made it to North Dakota. That's not a destination I ever wanted to go when I was in, because that job was not a pleasant one. All right, next go down to K8PJW. Phil, how you doing tonight, Phil? And what do you have for us tonight?
K8QKO, K8PJW. Good evening, Nick, and thanks for doing that, and good evening to all the Beacon netizens. Great to hear everyone out there. Let's see. Let's start off with the trivia. I'm gonna go with Delta Alpha. The XYL and I just spent the last summer going up to Alaska, and we did go above the Arctic Circle, and so I'm guessing that above the Arctic Circle in the wintertime gets awfully darn cold. So I'm going to go with Delta on the first question. But anyway, I too am enjoying the Rams and Lions game. It's pretty exciting back and forth, and they're really fighting hard to move on into the playoffs. So it's exciting to see that. And other than that, it's a pretty calm weekend. So tomorrow's a day off for everyone, I guess, because of Martin Luther King. So I'm going to relax and get ready for Tuesday. This is Kilo 8 Papa Julie Whiskey. Back to the net.
All right, thank you, Phil. Got you down there for Delta and Alpha. Yes, I'm off today as well, tomorrow as well, so I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so this is K8QKO, the WWKY repeater, and we've gone through all of our list of check-ins to the Beacon Net. We're back down to the bottom of our list, and we are ready to take some additional check-ins. So if there's anyone out there that would like to check in with the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Echo 8, Bravo Golf X-Ray, KE8DGX, Eric in Columbus, Ohio.
Kilo Fox 0, Oscar Hotel Delta. Fox 0, Oscar Hotel Delta, Corey in North Dakota.
All right, I got a couple more check-ins there. Oh, my not. Yeah, I guess my ears must have been burning there, Corey. All right. So we're going to start with K8PGX. Jeffrey, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for us tonight?
W8WKY.
Actually, let me go back on that one real quick. I think that call sign is incorrect. I was reading on NetLogger, and what I wrote down was KE8BGX Eric. I think that is the correct call sign. If that's correct, can you come back, please?
Roger, Roger. It's KE8BGX, Eric in Columbus, Ohio. It's a nice chilly 8 degrees here. Feels like -7 with the wind right now. Just enjoying the evening with the wood stove and a little bit of light exercise and listening to the net. So as for the trivia, I think I'm going to go with D, Delta, for both answers. Back to you, Net Control.
All right, thank you, Eric. Got you down there for Delta for both answers, and thanks for being in with us. I think this is the first record you check in, so definitely come back with us and come back to the net. Happy to have new check-ins. Next, we have KF0OHD. Kilo Foxtrot 0, Oscar Hotel Delta. Corey from Minot. We were, guessing you maybe were listening in there and maybe had to check in as we were talking about North Dakota. But go ahead and take it away, sir. KF0OHD. Corey, if you're out there, you want to come back and give us some traffic for the beacon net.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why it wasn't picking up. I'm going to go with Delta and Charlie for trivia answers. And then I heard all the talk about North Dakota, so I had to chime in. Those of you that were stationed here were either here in Minot or Grand Forks. And you're missing out. It's currently -17 and -42 with the wind.
All right, Corey, thank you. Yeah, I was never stationed there myself, and I was kind of, happy I wasn't until I learned what was involved. So I dodged that bullet, I guess you might say. But yeah, so definitely cold up there, and definitely spread out a bit. So enjoy that coldish weather. Try to stay warm, and get back with us whenever you can. We're always happy to have these new people on the net. Okay, so this is KAQKO and the WWKY repeater. We're back to the bottom of our list here. We're going to open up here for some more check-ins. So anyone who would like to check into the beacon net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo 9 Zulu Golf Zulu, Kilo Delta 9 Zulu Golf Zulu, KD9 GGG Joey in Wisconsin.
All right, last caller. Can you come back with your call sign one more time? My hands are writing a little bit slower than they should be. Oh, never mind. Looks like my NetLogger got it. Was that KD9 Zulu Golf Zulu or Kilo Delta 9 Zulu Golf Zulu? Can you come back?
That's a Roger, KD9ZGZ. I'm going with A and Delta, Alpha and Delta for the quest answers. Alpha and Delta. KD9ZGZ. It's 0 degrees right now. It's supposed to be -0 tonight, -0. And we're supposed to have -25 next week. So, KD9ZGZ, I'll be clear.
All right, thank you, sir. Got your answer for Alpha and Delta, and 0 degrees. So, yeah, try to stay warm. So a little bit cooler than it is here. I mean, here last time I looked before I started the net was 5, so yeah, still cold no matter what you look at it. Okay, so we're back on the bottom of our list here. We're going to open up here for one more round of check-ins before we go up and talk to our net control team. So anyone who would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee, VK2DY, Robert in Sydney.
All right, VK2DY. Robert, go ahead and take it away, sir. Tell us how awesome it is down there, and the weather is down there in Australia right now compared to the really cold temperatures we have up here.
Yes, good afternoon. This is Robert, VK2DY in northwestern Sydney. Actually, isn't that phenomenal? It's only about 72 degrees, I think. I'm doing the conversion in my head here. And raining. We got 130 mils of rain last night into this morning. I think that's about 5 inches. That's actually about 5 inches. Yeah, 25. Yeah, about 5 inches. So it's been very, very wet today, and we've got more rain coming for the rest of the week. So I think we've got floods coming here, unfortunately. They had them up in Queensland. They had them down in Victoria, and it's New South Wales time. The reservoirs are completely full, which means that there's nothing controlling the water at this point. It's just flowing out. So it's interesting weather. It certainly isn't what El Nino is supposed to be billed as. And meteorology actually says it's not El Nino anymore. But at any rate, it is what it is. I missed the questions. Could you repeat them for me? VK2DY.
Absolutely, Robert. Let's go up and talk to K8QWE. Mike, can you reread the primary question for us?
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. The question is, what was the coldest recorded temperature in the U.S.? All 50 states, you know. Options are A, minus 45 degrees, B, minus 50 degrees, C, minus 60 degrees, and D, minus 80 degrees. What was the coldest recorded temperature in the U.S.? All 50 states. A, minus 45, B, minus 50, C, minus 60, D, minus 80. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KE8, UKO.
All right, thank you, Mike. And let's go down to KF5DY. Here, Alan, if you can reread the alternate question for us, please.
KI5DAY, be glad to. Tonight's alternate trivia question is, are apples that have black outer skins. These apples are A, native to Tibet, B, a result of hybrid seed process mixing apple and eggplant seeds, C, a rare chemical pigmentation that happens in extreme weather climates, or D, apples that Harry Cornwaldo Bean injects with dye for Halloween. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's go down to VK2DY to get those trivia answers from him. So, Robert, take it away.
Let's go with direct current, Delta Charlie. Thank you very much, and thank you for the net, VK2DY.
All right, thank you, sir. Got you on there for Delta and Charlie. All right, this is K8QKO and the W8WKY repeater. We've gone through our list of check-ins. We've taken a couple more rounds here, but we're going to go up now and talk to the net control team and see how everybody's doing there. And then after that, we're not going to get the trivia answers just yet. We're going to talk to the net control team, and then we're going to go for one more round of check-ins and then we'll get our trivia answers. So we're going to start with K8 VZA. Eric, how you doing, sir? And what is your traffic for the net tonight?
W8WKY.
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA. Doing well here, Nick. Good to hear you. Good to hear everyone. I'm going to go with trivia answers Delta and Alpha. I'm going to take a chance on Spec. Maybe. Just maybe. Anyway, this weekend was doing a little work with my Antron 99 vertical that I've retuned. And I've actually made contacts on 10 meters, 12, 17, and 20 meters, believe it or not. 20 meters was the shocker. I didn't think I could get it dialed in for that, but it worked. And tried to get a station over in the Canary Islands, but I couldn't get through to him. He had a pileup like you wouldn't believe going on. But anyway, very pleased with the Antron. I just need to get it mounted up higher somewhere, and I think it'll be great. Still want to get a wire antenna beyond my homemade dipole at some point. But I'm off tomorrow like several people are, and North has their club meeting tomorrow night. So looking forward to that, and that's about all I have for tonight. So this is KE8VZA. Back to you, Nick.
All right. Thank you, Eric. Enjoy the day off tomorrow. Next, going on to K8QWE. Mike, what is your traffic for the net tonight, sir?
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Well, let's see, how did my day start out? Let's see, the dog got me up at 5:30, and I let her out. I looked outside, and the wind was blowing so hard it was a blizzard, and it was cold. And the house was cold. Well, our house has a high-efficiency furnace, and it's vented through the wall, and the vent faces straight west. Well, when the wind comes in out of the west, and it's really, really hard, the furnace has trouble working. What happens is it won't kick on because the wind blows in the vent, and there's a lot of pressure, and the furnace thinks that the vent is plugged, so it doesn't work right. We had this problem one other time before, and I'm going to go ahead and give the heating cooling place a call next week, see if they have any advice on anything I could do to fix it. I mean, it works fine now because the wind has died down, so I've been dealing with that today. One thing, we have a gas fireplace with a blower. I'll tell you what, it'll pretty well heat the house, so we use that. There's a couple of small heaters, and we survived. But that's what I've been doing. And that's where the trivia question came from. You know, right now it's 3 degrees outside here, which is way too cold for me. You know, Florida's looking better every day. So with that being said, this is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KE8QKO.
All right. Thank you, Mike. I don't know if we got your answer for the alternate question. Do you have that for us?
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Yeah, I'm going to go with I really don't know. Alan comes up with some crazy questions. So it's Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KE8QKO.
All right. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I think I'm going to put my answers down as Bravo and Charlie. That's a combination I haven't seen on there yet, so I figured I'd go with that. And, yeah, Mike, you know, I'll tell you, I got high efficiency installed last winter when our furnace pretty well tanked on us. And my old furnace had one line going out for the intake, but this one has the line out for the intake and the line out for the exhaust. And one of them has a right angle on the PVC pipe going down. I think that's the intake. So maybe, or whichever, you might be able to put like a right angle pipe, just attach it on the end and sort of glue it in place pointing down to keep the air from going into that pipe if you need to. But yeah, definitely call the furnace guys and have them give you some advice, but that might be something you could do, is possibly just put a right angle to get that going. Anyway, but yeah, I got to check with the experts because I'm certainly not an expert. Next we have KD8 SLG, who has no responsibilities whatsoever, and let's see if he's still around. Nick, are you out there?
KEQKO, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Nick at Night, and all of the Beacon netizens. For trivia tonight, I'm also going to go with Bravo, but I'm going to go with whatever the Cornwaldo bean answer was for the alternate, because, you know, it's just not a Beacon net if someone doesn't say Cornwaldo bean. Cornwaldo bean. Look forward to seeing a bunch of you at the club meeting Thursday night this week, and we'll have dinner before 5 o'clock. Cost no extra. All are welcome. This is KD8SLG. Back to Nick Control. Thanks, Nick.
Not a problem, Nick. Got you down there for Bravo and Delta. Okay, so we're next going to go down and talk to KD8 EPC. Dustin, how you doing, sir? And are you out there, and do you have traffic for us tonight?
KEQKO and the Beacon Net. This is KD8 EPC. Boy, comments for the group tonight. Well, let me start with trivia. I'm going to go with Bravo for the first one and Delta for the second one. Let's see. Spent the afternoon thawing my pipes out. The torpedo heater was a blessing to get under the trailer there and get things going again. So hopefully the pipes won't freeze tonight. We've got the sink on a trickle there, and otherwise not a whole lot going on. Just going to throw some laundry in the dryer and head off to bed here soon. That's all I've got for you. Have a great rest of the net, and thanks for doing it there, Nick. This is KD8 EPC. Back over to Net Control.
All right, good. Congratulations getting those pipes thawed out. Yeah, that can be a hot mess if you don't stay on top of that. So I'm glad that worked out for you. Okay, next we're down to KI5 DAY and get his comments for the net tonight. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY, hey, thanks, Nick. Yeah, I should have thought more about my comments for the net. My comments get divulged on the blue screen so much, I don't really think about getting on the RF side on the Beacon net and saying a whole lot, because I don't really know what to say, because I have divulged, like I said, on the blue screen. And like everybody says, you know, the blue screen is half of the net or better, but net or better, is that a sandwich cookie? No, nut or butter. Anyway, with that being said, all is good. It's cold here. It's 0 degrees, and it is a -8 wind chill. Thankfully, the wind isn't blowing very hard, but it didn't take much wind at all this morning when I went down to my sister's for chili and for lunch. And yeah, when I left down there, it was about 11 o'clock this morning. It was a pretty good little wind, so it was pretty cold, but it died down, thankfully. Let me let this drop. We're going to warm up to a toasty 15 degrees tomorrow. Unfortunately, I have to go to a funeral at 2 o'clock tomorrow. One of our local hands who has a couple repeaters that lives in Grant's hometown, KD5AFS. He's a guy that's on the Beacon net all the time. Grant, a buddy of mine, but his good friend Jim Pickett died. He was well known around here for many years in the community and has a couple repeaters at his home. I don't know what the status of those are going to be now. But as far as my answer for the main trivia, by the way, I'm going to go with C. And I think I lived through that coldest temperature. I won't say where I was, but I might have experienced it back in '89. But that's a whole different story. But all is good. Y'all shoot it back to you, and I'll be ready to read the answer when you're ready. KI5DAY.
All right, thank you, sir. Yeah, I guess if you do listen to that coldest temperature, that could be, I don't know if that'd be fun or not. But anyway, thanks, Alan. Thanks for getting in there, and thank you for the great trivia questions tonight. Okay, so we're going to open up here one more time for any new check-ins to the Beacon net. So if anybody would like to check into the Beacon net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
W8WKY.
KE8ZIN.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu, India, November. Joe in Willowick, Ohio.
November 6th, Mike Oscar Tango. November 6th, Mike Oscar Tango Al here in Monterey, California.
All right, I have K8ZIN, Joe, and I have N6MOT, Al. Are there any additional check-ins to the BeaconNet? Please call now.
Alpha Lima 8 Tango, Alpha Lima 8 Tango, Nate in Kodiak, Alaska.
All right, I have ALAT. Any additional check-ins? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Let me identify real quick. I'm kind of losing track of where I did because I'm getting tired. All right, this is K8QKO on the WWKY repeater. Going to check-ins and taking check-ins for the BeaconNet tonight. We have 3 more check-ins here we're going to go through before we get our trivia answers read for us and start wrapping this up. And then we're going to start with Kilo Echo 8. The Kilo Echo 8? Yeah, Kilo Echo 8 is Zulu India November. Joe, take it away.
Good evening, everybody. I just got on here, so I didn't hear what the questions were. I just wanted to get checked in and tell everybody I hope you have a good weekend. Hope you had a good weekend and didn't get too cold. I'll turn it over back to Ned. K8ZIN, clear.
All right, thank you, sir. Do you want to hear those trivia questions, or are you good to go?
No, I'm good to go. Thank you, though.
Not a problem, sir. Thank you for checking in with us. Good to hear you. All right, next we're going to go down to N6MOT Al. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Well, good evening, everybody. Al here, N6MOT in Monterey, California. If you wouldn't mind reading the questions to me, I didn't get a chance to listen to hear them, and I quite enjoyed doing the trivia nets. I usually do the one on the wind system nightly. If you wouldn't mind reading me the questions, I'd be happy to give it a try.
Not a problem at all, sir. Maybe after we do that, Joe can see if he wants to answer as well, since we're going to read them anyway. All right, let's go back. Let's go up to KWE. Mike, how you doing, sir? You know how you're doing. I already talked to you. Can you read the trivia question for us again, please?
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. The question is, what was the coldest recorded temperature in the U.S.? All 50 states. A, minus 45. B, minus 50. C, minus 60. D, minus 80. Again, the question is, what was the coldest recorded temperature in the U.S.? All 50 states. A, minus 45. B, minus 50. C, minus 60. D, minus 80. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KE8QKL.
Thank you, sir. And let's go up to KF5DAY Alan to get the alternate question read for us. So, Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY, I'm going to expect an extra 0 on my paycheck for this extra reading tonight of the alternate trivia question. So here we go. There are apples that have black outer skins. These apples are A, native to Tibet, B, a result of hybrid seed process mixing apple and eggplant seeds, C, a rare chemical pigmentation that happens in extreme weather climates, or D, apples that Harry Cornwaldo Bean injects with dye for Halloween. KI5DAY, back to net.
And 6MOT, Al, do you have an answer for our trivia questions?
think the coldest recorded temperature was minus 80, somewhere up in Alaska. I'm not sure where. I don't know why that sticks in my head, but it does. And as far as the black apple, it used to be a produce man, and I know I've heard of it. I think it's somewhere in the Pacific, New Zealand or somewhere, Australia, where the black apple comes from. I can't remember exactly, but I think that's what I know. I give that a shot. I hope I'm somewhere in the ballpark with those answers. So I guess the first one would be C, I think, and I didn't catch the other one. I got some noise going on in the back, but as far as the black apple, I know it's somewhere in the Pacific, Southwest Pacific or something like that.
Well, the only answer that had anything to do with the location was for Tibet. Not really Southwest Pacific, but that's the only one that had anything to do with the location. So yeah, that's what the NetLogger put down for you. But if you want to go with that, you can. Otherwise, the options were a result of a hybrid seed process mixing apple and eggplant seeds, rare chemical pigmentation that happens in extreme weather climates, or apples that Harry Comaldo bean injects with dye for Halloween.
Well, maybe I think it's the hybrid seed problem there. We'll give that a shot. Was that B? Bravo B?
Yes, sir. Got you down for Delta and Bravo. All right, and well, since we read the question, let's go back up and talk to KE8ZIN Joe and see if he wants to answer our trivia question. Even though he abstained, I'm going to put him on the spot. How you doing, Joe? Do you want to answer, or are you going to stick with your abstain?
Hi, yeah, thanks for repeating those questions. I'm going to go with D for the main question, because I want to say that was at a weather station that's high up on a mountain in the northeast of the country. I can't remember what the name of it is. And for the alternate question, I'm going to go with C, Charlie, because that sounds right to me, even though those Cornwall beans can be kind of crazy. All right, back to that, KE8ZIN.
All right, sir, thank you. We got you down there for Delta and Charlie. Thanks for getting back with us. Okay, last but not least, we're going to go down to next and talk to AL18 Nate in Kodiak, Alaska. Nate, go ahead and take away with your traffic.
Good afternoon to you and the rest of the net. Alpha Lima Tango returning. Not much going on. I just whipped up the HD and was glad that the net was not over, so I figured I'd come along, say hi, wish everyone a great Sunday, and I hope a good week for all. In terms of the trivia, for the first question, I'm going to go with Delta. I believe that's negative 80. And then for the apples, I'm going to have to go with Delta again. Such an oddity can only be a result of the crazy Cornwall-Leby shenanigans. So I'm going to go with Delta and Delta. Alpha Lima Tango, back to net control.
All right, thank you, sir. Yeah, those Cornwall beans are always up to something special, something unique. But yeah, thanks for getting with us there. Gosh, Jan, the answer's down for Delta and Delta. All right, this is KE8QKO and the WWKY repeater, and we're reaching the end of the net here. What we're going to do is we're going to get our trivia answers read for us, and we're going to wrap this thing up. So we're going to go up and talk to KE8QWE Mike and get the trivia answer for him. Mike, take it away.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. The question is, what was the coldest recorded temperatures in the U.S.? This is all 50 states, you know. A, minus 45, B, minus 50, C, minus 60, D, minus 80. And the answer is D, minus 80. The coldest temperature in the U.S. was set in Alaska. The mercury plummeted to 80 degrees below zero on January 23rd, 1971 in Prospect Creek in central Alaska north of Fairbanks. So it was cold there. And it was interesting. This is on weather.com, and they have a map And it's interesting is all of the states that have had cold weather. In the continental United States, every state had a below zero day at least once. Even Florida, which surprised me. The only state in the U.S. that hasn't been below zero was Hawaii, and that was 12. And I imagine the folks there thought they were going to die. So that is my trivia question and my answer. And and this morning it felt like it was minus 80. So this is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Back to KE8QKO. Good night, everybody.
All right, thank you, Mike. Hey, can you come back with the year of that again? I thought I heard 1971, but somebody else said 1985. So what year was that as the setting the record temperature?
According to weather.com, it was January 23rd, 1971. Tequila Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to KEQKO.
Copy that, sir. Thank you. That was really cold. I was surprised. I was kind of half expecting the coldest temperature to be in the continental U.S. somehow, and there was going to be a sort of gotcha, people thinking it was Alaska, that you had some sort of wrench to throw into that mix, but I guess I was wrong on that, too. All right, thank you, Mike, for a fine trivia question, and hope you get your furnace situated, because you got another week of all this cold weather. Next, we're going to KF5DAY to get the answer to the ultimate question. So, Alan, take it away.
Wow, yeah. KI5DAY, I was in Fairbanks in 89 is what I was saying in the screen, and I think they had minus 60 wind chills a couple times when I was there. It was insane, like nothing I'd ever experienced. But anyway, tonight's alternate trivia question was, there are apples that have black outer skins. These apples are A, native to Tibet, B, a result of hybrid seed process mixing apple and eggplant seeds, C, a rare chemical pigmentation that happens in extreme weather climates, or D, apples that Harry Cornwaldo Bean injects with dye for Halloween. Let me let this drop. Okay, now that I caught my breath after reading that thing, overwhelmingly, C was the most commonly picked answer with a close A in the background. Well, if you picked C, you were wrong, and there was one person that picked B for the for the process of seed mixing apple and eggplant seeds. So that one person that picked that answer, congratulations. You're wrong as well. It was actually A. They are native to Tibet. They're really, really dark colored apples. They're actually kind of a violet, but they're so dark that they look black to most people. So they call them the black apples. And they are only native to Tibet that they know of. They're also referred to sometimes as Chinese red delicious apples, which they are mainly referred to as black diamond apples. And it's supposed to be a really, really good apple, and it is very dark in color. So there's your alternate trivia for tonight. KI5DAY.
All right, thank you, sir. It's funny. I even figured a Chinese red delicious apple would have been one that was delivered by a balloon, but I don't think that was that would have been my first thought on that name. But I appreciate the fine question there, Alan. I think you got a lot of us, and another good alternate trivia question. Okay, so on behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, K8KWE, K8BZA, K8SLG, K8EPC, K5DAY, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us for the next edition of the Beacon Net, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WWKY repeater, All-Star Node 4496, and Echolink WWKY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WWKY repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sunday. Also, don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net, every day at noon Central Time on All-Star Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is KE8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use at this time, 73 all.
K80PC is listening. Isn't it past your bedtime? Maybe get them out. Probably, and I should be going to bed pretty soon, but some guy threw clothes in the washing machine and forgot to turn it on. Oops. Yeah, I've done that. Put the soap in and just leave it there for a couple days. The good news was it had my work clothes in it, and I had to have them for tomorrow, so I planned to throw them in the dryer before I went to bed. And now I just started the washer, so I got, I don't know, 45 minutes or whatever the washer takes before I throw it in the dryer. Yeah, got you there. Now, I know you do delivery. Let's see, do you work in the kitchen enough to where their clothes get like permanently greasy? I worked at Burger King for a couple years, and yeah, they never wanted me to do drive-thru or anything, so I always just put the burgers over the broiler grill or preparing them. But it got to the point where my clothes, I never could get them clean. They always kind of had an oily stench to them. Well, I'm not actually like cooking on the line ever, so I don't have that problem with the oily stench, but my hoodies seem to always smell like pizza no matter what I do. So there you go. But I guess there's worse things that I could smell like, right? Yeah, I guess there are worse things that you could smell like besides pizza. If you worked on a chicken farm or something, that might smell pretty bad. I don't know. So, all right. So that means you're cleared and going back to work. You sound good, although you sound. I didn't really notice a change in the way you sounded when you got the big bug. But I guess you're all cleared to go back and feeling better than ever, I would hope. Yeah, I went back last Monday already because I tested negative last Sunday night, and I went back last Monday. So I've been back a week now. I'm not looking forward to tomorrow, though. Today was pretty brutal. I mean, it was slow, so I got to leave after like 3.5 hours. But, yeah, it's just so cold out there. Today I wore 2 hoodies, a thermal, and then I had my beanie on and a hood over top of that when I was out delivering. I think tomorrow is going to be even colder. I've got to remember, though, tonight to leave a faucet trickling so that way my pipes don't freeze again, because that was pretty unpleasant this morning. Half asleep, I go and turn the shower on, nothing happens. I'm like, oh, what the heck? And then I came out here to start my pot of coffee, and the sink didn't work out here, so then I knew right away what had happened. But I had to wait till after work to go see my buddy and borrow his torpedo heater, but it took about an hour of heating the underside of the house, and now it's all good. Well, hopefully you won't have a problem there, and I guess if you let it trickle a little bit there. I guess that's kind of the problem when you don't have when your pipes are exposed to the elements, like I guess yours are. So, well, hopefully I won't get a chance or won't get too cold. Although it is down to, let's see, 3.7. I got my thermometer battery replaced outside yesterday. With the half-hour warning, I ended up running the what is it? The Wolverine net. People are wanting to check in before the pre-net officially started. That always happens on the net. It kind of annoys me, but people want to get in and they want to be first. And it was before our official announced pre-net start time, so I was in and out of the shack, and wouldn't you know, when I ran out for 5 minutes to go change the battery in my thermometer, I had like 3 people wanting to check in, and they're crying for me on the radio. Andy, where are you? Andy, where are you?
I was like, okay. Well, need I remind you, I was taking a whiff, but we aren't even in the pre-nut, so, well, whatever. It's a good nut. It was great to talk with everybody. But I don't know. It is a long one. I only had to sit in the chair for about, about 2 hours. Sometimes it'll go up to 3, so I only had to do 2 hours. So not too terribly long. Justin, I think I'm going to get on out of here, but wanted to say hi to you, and I'm going to head to bed. Hey, when are we going to do breakfast again sometime? We talked about it, and I got sick, and then you got sick, and magically it never happened, and I wonder why.
Well, maybe we can try to plan something for next week there. I got a bunch of things going on this week I've got to do, so doctor's appointments and stuff, so I won't be able to do much this week. But next week we can do something. I'm off, like I said, Wednesday and Thursday, so whatever works for you, we can definitely get together there. And I just looked over at Mabel, my old thermometer on the wall, and she says it's 1.2 degrees here in Medina. So I assume the wind chill is probably like -20 by now. I don't know, but there you go. Yeah, Andy, we'll get together and we'll figure it out there, and hopefully maybe I'll even see you Thursday for the club meeting there, because I'm sure you're going to want to come see Nickelodeon and Sandy there while they're in town still. So we'll let you get off to bed, my friend. We'll say 73 to you for now, and we'll catch up with you again there.
Very good there, Dustin. I don't know. There was a wicked double at about the last 5 seconds of your transmission. Did somebody else need to get in there? All right. I guess not. So, okay. Yeah. Looking forward to it. I know we were trying to plan something, and we both kind of got sick. Yeah, I wasn't going to come, but I'm going to try, because, yeah, Nick and Sandy will be there, so I do want a chance to get to see them again, especially since they're braving all this cold weather up here when they could be down in Texas. I got to look up and see where in Texas is Cibolo. Actually, the northern part of Texas does see snow, like South Texas, not so much. Texas is a huge state. I've been in it. I've been to Dallas, Fort Worth, and points north and east. So only the northeast part of the state. So Dustin Lilly, the cat, says hello and good night. And I will catch you later, my friend. If I don't talk with you, well, let's see here. Yeah, we'll have the Beacon Net Wednesday, so I'll talk with you then, if not before, on SuperNet Wednesday. Katie at EPC and all of you. Multitude of listeners out there. I know there's a few of them. This is AB8MO in Newberry, Ohio, where it is 4 degrees. I'll see y'all later.
All right, there's 73, Andy, and yeah, I don't know what that double was. I heard it as I unkeyed, so that was strange. But you have a good night, and we'll catch up there, my friend. We'll say 73, and this is KD8EPC. Clearing with AB8MO, and I'll be listening for a little while longer.
KI5DAY.
Oh, there goes the neighborhood. KI5DAY. Alan, how are you, my friend?
Hey, Dustin, doing good. Yeah, I heard that gremlin. It didn't almost sound like somebody doubling with you as much as it sounded like, I don't know, like a train wreck. I don't know. It was a really strange sound. Aliens had landed. But anyways, I was listening to you and Andy. But yeah, one of the things I've done when it's this cold is not only do I have 3 sinks, one in my hall bathroom, one in my master bathroom, and one in the kitchen. I leave all 3 cabinet doors open for the sinks as well. And I leave a trickle in the center one in the kitchen. It's on a west-facing wall where the wind's usually coming out of the northwest this time of year. And then I leave the bathroom one on the north end at a drip, and then the other bathroom at a drip. But all three cabinet doors, I'll leave them open. But you need they say almost the size of a number 2 pencil when it comes to the trickle size that you should have. Over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Where this one freezes is so the way mine's set up, I live in a trailer, right? And there's a stand that comes up 4 feet from underground. There's a valve at the end of that, and then there's like a couple of feet of pipe. And then there's a water meter and another shut-off valve, and it freezes right there where it comes out of the ground because there's not a good way to insulate it. I have a bucket over it with insulation in it, and I have a heat tape and wrap around everything, but it always freezes right there at that valve. And there's not much I can do about it. Like I said, I'm in a trailer, so there's just a thin metal skirting all around the bottom of it, and when it gets this cold, it is almost bound to freeze. But last night I forgot to leave anything on at all. I went to a football party and may have had a few adult beverages and just come home and fell asleep on the couch, and didn't know, forgot it was going to get cold, didn't turn on any water, so definitely going to leave the faucets all at a trickle tonight, and I've got the torpedo heater ready if it does decide to freeze again, which I'm hoping it doesn't, because that was unpleasant waking up and not being able to do any of my morning routine. Couldn't make coffee, couldn't brush my teeth, couldn't shower. I was upset.
Yeah, copy that. I live in a trailer too, and it's like mine coming out of the ground has a cutoff handle a little bit above the ground, but it all is insulated except for the handle itself. But it usually doesn't freeze as long as I leave the cabinet doors open and leave the water trickling in the kitchen, and the other 2 bathrooms I leave them dripping. I've had it freeze one time, but I think it's because I did forget to turn the water on like you did. But, I've got good skirting and everything, but it's just a matter of when it gets this cold, if you don't leave it trickling pretty good, some people will say leave your water faucets dripping, but you got to have at least one trickling. But even then, it's not guaranteed it won't freeze, but I've been blessed enough to not have that happen since this cold spell kicked off. But, it's brutal, man. We don't usually get this cold most years, but it came back to haunt us this year.
Telling you, and I think it's a nationwide deal too. I think almost everybody is pretty cold right now. Because the other day it was like 40 something, almost 50 degrees, and then it cooled off and kind of rained and snowed and went back to rain for a while. So it's crazy how quick that temperature dropped, and I think we're in for a few more days of it. Not looking forward to it, but hey, it is what it is. And you are a brave soul living in a trailer in Oklahoma. Yikes.
Yeah, no doubt. And we get a lot of tornadoes through here, but sometimes I'll run and hide, sometimes I don't. But been through it so many times. What was I going to say? As far as the cold, yeah. We have, tomorrow it's going to be 15. It's going to warm up to an amazing 15. So it's still going to be cold tomorrow as well, and even into Wednesday, but it's going to be up in the upper 20s, around 30. I guess it's Tuesday. It's going to be in the rate around 30. Wednesday and Thursday is going to be in the 40s again. And then I think we have a Friday and a Saturday and a Sunday where it's going to drop back down some. The overnight lows will be pretty low, but it'll still be in the 20s. But then next Monday it goes right back up again. So it usually don't stick around here too long. I remember we did have a year where we had like almost 2 solid weeks of below freezing temperatures, and some of those days were around 0, and it was terrible. And, when that happens, it's never a fun thing. But, yeah, all is good. Just thought I'd check in. Man, it's like, let me let this drop a second. But every week, when I'm looking up these alternate trivia questions, it's purely by accident that I stumble across most of them, because I'll just be checking stuff out online, and all of a sudden something will pop in my head. And then tonight something popped in my head, and I thought about it, went to look for it, and accidentally stumbled across that Apple question. and it was kind of mind-blowing. I was like, that's kind of cool. We'll use this. You never know what you're going to get.
You know, Alan, that's one of the things I like best about you. I know it started off as a joke, the alternate trivia, but now people have come to expect it. So now we not only do we do it on Sundays, I mean, I'm sure you check in on Wednesdays with us too. We do it on Wednesdays too now. So, you know what? I think people have a lot of fun with it, and I certainly have a lot of fun. I made it a game. Every time somebody says Cornwaldo bean, we have to take a shot. Hi.
Well, I don't drink, or I'd join you in that, but yeah, that could be pretty crazy. It's weird how the Cornwaldo bean thing, I'm even hearing it on other nets now, and people just saying it in general when they're on the air kind of blows my mind, but it just sort of took off, I guess, and everybody up there on your side was saying it on that early morning net, the barometer net, which I've never been on. That's weird. And then people say it on the boredom breaker now, too, so it is always strange to hear it on other nets, but sitting here looking for something. I had forgotten I had ordered a pistol sight, a tactical sight, and I don't know where it is. I don't know that I've received it, and I'm looking for it, and it's saying on my email, how do you like your tactical sight that you ordered? Well, I haven't seen it yet. I don't think. I need to see if I got it in and just forgot about it or something.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's definitely important. I mean, did you misplace the package, or is it still sitting in your mailbox somewhere? That's the question of the day for sure. And yeah, you know, the Cornwaldo bean thing has spread all around. We had somebody come in here either this past Wednesday or the Wednesday before, and they came in and they asked what Cornwaldo bean was, and you weren't there, so I had to go to Just Nick and have him fill this guy in on the official history of the Cornwaldo beans, because he got on there and Googled and everything and couldn't find anything on it. I'm starting to think we're going to have to write up a page on Wikipedia about the Cornwaldo bean clan.
Yeah, man, no doubt, I guess, because, you know, everybody's always like, what is that, you know? It's just something that popped in my head. Yeah, there's a lot of random stuff that pops in my head, some good, some bad, but anyways. Yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking, okay, I had received something in an email, trying to see if I can find where this thing was delivered or not. I'm going to have to track it in the mail and see, but I'm glad that I saw that email as I was sitting here talking, because it makes me wonder what happened to it. So, yeah, I'm going to have to do a little backtracking and find out if that sucker, I don't remember picking it up out of my mail, because I usually remember everything I order in the mail, and that's interesting. I'll have to see if I placed it in one of my safes or if I stuck it in a drawer or something. We will soon find out, I hope.
Well, maybe Cousin Eddie Cornwaldo bean borrowed it while you were at work. That's always a possibility, too.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I'm fixing to log into the website here and do a little tracking on it, because I think that I ordered it from 6 Hour. So we shall soon see.
Well, now I'm invested. Now I've got to know whether it was shipped to you, or if you lost it, or if they lost it, or what the story is, for sure. And I was just looking here for the next 3 days on the weather report, and looks like tomorrow we've got a high of 9 degrees, a low of 2. Or wait, no, that was today. Tomorrow we have a high of 13 and a low of 1. Tuesday is going to be 15 with a low of 3. Wednesday 24 with a low of 6, and Thursday 19 with a low of 15. So looks like we're going to have a heat wave towards the end of the week there. Boy, there was something else I was going to say. I'm telling you, one of these days we're going to have to sneak you on one of them airplanes that's coming to Cleveland Hopkins. We'll stow you away in the cargo hold.
Yeah, I'm hoping to take a trip up there to Ohio. I'm wanting to go to Kentucky later this year and see some family. And in the process of doing so. Thought about going to Kentucky. I got family up in northern Kentucky, and then taking off on up to Ohio from there. But I'll let you know if that time frame works for me. But it could be actually around November, maybe October. We'll just have to see.
Well, very good there. If you're as close as Kentucky, you best make a trip up to Ohio and visit us. We might even kidnap you, make you stay here, and we'll ship the marks all that way. Well, 2 of the 3 anyway.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, yeah, I definitely will try to do that because I'd like to go up there and see, a bunch of people up there. That would be a lot of fun. My little flame thing went out. I've got this little, looks like a stone, round circular stone-shaped thing that has a silver, not a silver, but a tin cup in it, more or less. It looks like the lid on a thermos bottle of coffee that's upside down in there. But you put isopropyl alcohol and you can burn it even inside your home or outside, and it just burns an alcohol frame. Use like 70% isopropyl. Pretty cool, but it burned out on me. It just burnt the rest of it up. But yeah, I see that it was dropped off on my front porch on the 14th of December. So if I don't, on the 19th of December. So if I can't find it somewhere, I'm going to have to look. I'm going to look at my ring videos here in a minute and see if on the 14th, hopefully I haven't cleared that out, and see if it was actually delivered, if I picked it up or not.
Yeah, no doubt. You gotta beware of porch pirates for sure. Hey, at least maybe it was actually delivered to your house. I'll tell you, certain companies like Amazon has become one of the worst for me. 9 times out of 10 now, when I order a package, it ends up at the wrong place. So I have to have almost everything now shipped to my mom's house, so it actually gets to where it needs to go.
Yeah, no doubt. But I have a ring camera right there, and they always put everything right in front of my door, and I can see from the picture they show on the delivery on the website there that it was dropped off right in front of my door. So I charged my Ring phone camera earlier, and I got to get it back online here. So I'm probably going to jump off and try to get it back online, see if I can do a little research back to the 19th and see if I can see that. But I want to get off here anyway and watch a little TV and then get to bed. But we'll talk to you soon. It was good to chat with you. Appreciate the QSO, KI5DAY.
All right there, Alan. Well, we don't get to do it very often, so it's always great to hear you, my friend. I hope you find your package there and get to use it there real soon. We'll say 73 for now. Have a great evening, and don't have too much fun at the Big W this week. We'll say 73. This is KD80PC. I'm going to be clear, and I'll listen for a few more minutes.
KE8EPC, this is KE8VZA. How you doing, Dustin?
Good evening, Eric. How are you?
Oh, doing pretty well. I do hear that my wife started the dryer.
Well, very good there. I'm still waiting on my washer to get done. It's just now starting to fill back up, so it'll have another spin cycle there in a minute, and then it'll be time to throw that stuff in the dryer.
W8WKY.
Awesome. Yeah, I've done that before. Throw everything in the machine, then forget to turn it on.
So I did the same thing, 4 or 5 days ago. I threw some clothes in the dryer, and I didn't turn the dryer on, and I didn't realize, and I went to go to work the next morning, came to grab my work clothes, and they were still soaked. I don't know why I'm so bad at it lately. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I guess it's that whole, we're all human and that thing.
It happens. That's all right there. Good job there on the pre-net tonight, and I heard you even collecting people before at the pre-show.
Roger. I picked that up from Andy. Is there any static coming through with my signal right now?
There's like there is, but it's like really kind of light and in the background, you know? Like, it's not affecting the signal at all. I don't really notice it until, like, right when you're getting ready to unkey.
Roger. Yes, WB8CXO has that feed on YouTube, and I've listened to myself on there quite a few times, and sometimes I hear static and sometimes I don't. So I don't know if it's something here at the QTH or just, something out in the great beyond.
Well, that would be an interesting experiment to figure out there, but most of the time I've found when I have noise or other people around me have noise, it's usually just atmospheric conditions. Are you coming in on the 700 or are you coming in on 3.9?
Coming in on 3.9.
But I would say you're doing just fine. I wouldn't worry about it. Like I say, it's fully copyable, and I gotta say, it's really nice of Mike to run all the beacon nets there on YouTube. That's super cool. I sometimes go back and listen to them afterwards.
Yeah, that is really nice he does that. I appreciate it. I always give him a thumbs up, and once in a while I pop a comment in there like, thanks for doing this. It's nice to hear myself, and then sometimes I want to hear what somebody said, just to refresh my memory.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's kind of why I do it, too, because, I try to listen to what everybody says and give them a comment or two back, but when you're talking to 45 people in a night, it's kind of hard to remember what everybody says.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy smokes.
Just wait. Coming up here soon is going to be a special, we're going to try to go for 100.
100 would be awesome.
Yeah, drop and give me 100.
I don't think I could drop and give you one. I think that's Opie, right? Dave, how you doing?
Yeah, it sure was. KE8OPY. Yeah, I was listening on 147015 and could hear you guys, but it would constantly cut out, come back, cut out, come back. That was right after you made that comment about it sounded more like a train wreck, and then it stopped. So maybe somebody took care of it or something, or maybe it was just a fluke I was hearing on the radio downstairs. I'm up in the bedroom right now, getting ready to lay down for a bit. Usually getting up about now, but I'm planning on getting up around 3, so I figure I better get a couple hours.
Very good. Well, great to hear you out there tonight, my friend, and get some rest. And you tell Ed we said hello there at 3 a.m. Hi. Over to you, Eric.
Alrighty, yeah, hope you get some good sleep there, KE8OPY. And I don't know, Dustin, did you hear my comments about the Antron 99?
I did not. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even come pay attention to the net until Nick called my call sign right at the end there.
Well, I was testing it out this weekend, and I had only used it on 10 meters thus far, but I had tuned it. When I tuned it for 10 meters, I should say, I noticed that it tuned up pretty well on some of the other bands. So what did I write down here? So this weekend I made contacts on 10 meters, 12 meters, 17 meters, and then I got a wild idea. Why don't I see if the radio and the antenna can work together and do something on 20 meters? And sure enough, it worked.
good there. That Antron's a great antenna. I had one for a long time at my old place, way up high in a tree. But, yeah, I've heard that they'll tune on 10, 12, 17, 20. Some people can even get it to tune on 6. I've got just a 102-inch whip mounted on my metal roof, and it works pretty good when the band's open. One of these days when I've got it hooked up again, right now I'm using it as a scanner antenna, but one of these days when I hook it back up to the radio, we'll have to try some 10 meters there and see if we can't make contact.
Roger. Yeah, I remember you telling me you had an Antron at one point up in a tree. I'd like to get mine up higher. I have a couple ideas. One idea involves a tree, and the other idea involves putting the Antron where my dual band antenna is now and finding a new home for my dual band antenna.
Well, the possibilities are endless. It all depends on what you want to do, if you're in an HOA, all that kind of good stuff. My recommendation to everybody is always to put up a tower, but trees work just as well, I found. The one thing about that is whatever mast you strap to the tree or standoff or whatever, you got to make sure you're going to be happy with never getting it out, because the tree will grow around it. That's what happened with my standoff. When I moved, we had to leave it on the tree because the tree had grown around it at that point. But yeah, the Antron's a great antenna, man. It can do a lot. And I'll tell you what, I think that me and you could probably simplex, because I had like 5 bars on you when I went over to the monitor when you were talking.
We probably could. I've done a reverse on you, not tonight, but on other nights, and sometimes your signal comes through pretty strong to me, and sometimes it isn't.
It's the funny thing, when conditions are there, they are. When they're not, they're not. I do pretty good to the north, into the west, into the south, but I can't do much to the east because there's a huge ridge between like me and Akron. So doing anything out that way, like the Cuyahoga Falls repeater, I can just barely hit that machine.
Roger. Yeah, I haven't tried much to the east. Yeah, I can hit the 015 from here, and obviously Doylestown. I can hear the Worcester. I've never tried to get into it. I have to try that.
Yeah, the Worcester machine's pretty good. I think since they moved it to its new location, I get a really good signal on it up here. But I don't get on that repeater often. I've checked into their club net a couple of times before the beacon net, but yeah, I usually just keep my radio here on 3.9, and then right now my other VFO is on my node, but I usually keep that on another simplex frequency there. But I'm always listening. I may not always answer people, but anytime I'm home, there's always a radio on.
Roger. Yeah, I can. Let's see what else. I can hit the Clarksfield repeater. Obviously the two NORS repeaters in Elyria, and then there's another repeater in Elyria that's part of the what Nick likes to call the Lenny repeater system. It's a bunch of repeaters that are linked together. I can hit the one in Elyria. I think I can hit the Polk repeater too, which is also in that.
W8WKY.
Yep, I'm familiar with that system. Every Wednesday morning they have the North Central Ohio Traffic and Information Net. I check in from the Polk UHF machine. There's another machine in Polk. I think the call sign is N8SIW. They have a VHF and a couple of UHF machines, and that VHF machine is probably the most impressive, highest profile machine I have ever talked on. I can step outside, take the antenna off a Baofeng, key it up, and still hit that repeater from my driveway all the way to Polk.
Holy moly, that's impressive. Gee whiz. I'll have to try that one too.
Hey, you should have no problem hitting that one. I can pretty much hit anything Cuyahoga County, Lorain County, Wayne County, and kind of like a big kind of loop around there. I do pretty well most places, like I said, except for east. I couldn't give you a whole list of the repeaters I can hit anymore because most of them I ever call out on, nobody answers me.
Yeah, I've had that problem too. There's a UHF repeater that's one of the Parma repeaters, 444.050, I think. There's a lot of traffic on there, and they have a really high profile. Their antenna's up on the TV channel 8 tower, and the range on that is pretty impressive. I was listening to guys talking. I was clear over in Avon Lake, and it was like I was at home.
I know that repeater. I can't think of the call now. Yeah, I know that repeater, though. You know what's funny? I don't really even hardly use UHF. Other than for my node and to check into that one net there from the Polk repeater, I'm never really on UHF. I find no reason to. Pretty much everything I need to talk to, I can talk to on 2 meters.
Yeah, I use a little UHF, primarily the one Illyria repeater that's linked into the Lenny system.
That system is really sweet. It's got a really wide area coverage for being linked the way it is. So there you go with that one. I'm going to have to use UHF more here pretty soon because I've got this, my buddy gave it to me. It's a 13-element UHF beam antenna. So brand new, new old stock from like the 80s. So one of these days here I'm going to put it together. It's sitting up against the wall next to my desk right now. The neat thing is I have the original paperwork on it, including the original receipt from 1984 from Amateur Electric Supply, and a shipping receipt for $7 from New York to Ohio.
Totally vintage. Oh my gosh, paper trail and everything. That's cool. Yeah, I've thought a UHF beam to hit the Sarah UHF repeater because I can't reliably hit it from here.
Oh yeah, I can hit the 275 from here pretty well. I don't use it often. Every now and again I'll go on there and talk to Nick, but yeah, not very often. Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to put up antennas here. They don't really allow antennas in my neighborhood, and I was just grandfathered in when the new owners bought it. I already had the antennas that are up there up, so that's my challenge here. Like I said, I live in a trailer park, so there's not very big a yard. There's not really room for much, so I'm limited to what I can have, but I certainly enjoy what I can have, you know?
Roger, KE8VZA returning. Yeah, we're blessed. We're not in an HOA right now, and we're probably gonna downsize. Not that our house is that huge, but you know, it's a 4-bedroom Cape Cod. But like to downsize to something a little smaller, 1-story, maybe 3 bedrooms on a slightly smaller lot. You know, hopefully not in an HOA if I can help it.
Yeah, definitely not in an HOA, and keep an eye on your elevation when you go to check these places out, and find one with good elevation and good line of sight, and there you go. Then you can call all of us over and have a tower party.
That would be cool. Yeah, I won't be putting any towers up here because what will be the point? But yeah, maybe at the next QTH. I've got that hill where Pearl Road goes up from Strongsville into Brunswick, and that's a little bit of a ridge. If you drew a straight line south from my house to whatever's to the south, to into Medina, I don't really encounter that ridge that much, but I think it does block me a little bit, from things to the southeast.
W8OIO.
W8OIO, go ahead. This is KD8EPC.
Well, here it is, almost Monday morning, and kind of hard to hear much traffic out there. I scanned the bands, and this must be the Doylestown repeater. I think it's 46.5 miles from my house. I can't believe I got 40 over 9 signal on this repeater. Very strong. And the gentleman, I believe, that let me in here, I actually reversed to the input of the repeater. And although I don't have a signal on you, I have audio on the input. So you're doing pretty good from where you're at, W8 Ohio.
All right, very good there, W8 Ohio. Yeah, I turned on the reverse when you were talking, and I've got the very same signal report. I'm not getting any signal on you, but I can hear you. And I just got a text message that I missed somebody else calling in there, and we're going to call for him. And then when he's done, he can turn it over to Eric there. K8DLJ, Ralph in the mobile. How you doing?
Thank you, K8DLJ Mobile. I'm cold. I'm hooking a trailer up. My second load for the night. Got to go to Brook Park again. But, man, I heard you talking about your trailer and your pipes, and I was wondering if you could get a metal box and put it over it and put a light bulb in it. Do I have the microphone? Yes, I do. Sometimes I have the microphone above my head so I can drink coffee. But you can put a light bulb in it, and, of course, nowadays, can you get regular light bulbs anymore? But I was just thinking of that, and I wanted to chime in. Let me back up to the truck so I can end my transmit. K8DLJ, back to you, KD8EPC, and the group. Thanks, guys.
Go ahead, Eric.
KE8VZA returning. Missed you on the net tonight there, Ralph. Hope everything's going well. Yeah, that light bulb trick sounds like a good idea. But to Ralph's point, I don't know if you can you still get incandescent bulbs?
I would think you still could. I don't know, though, because everything in my house is currently LED, but something there to try for sure. Let's turn it back over here to Mike. W8 Ohio, looks like you're in Butler. Take it away.
Well, I'm not going to hold you gentlemen up. You got quite a QSO going on tonight. Then you're getting that gentleman in the mobile coming in. My goodness, it's a good night to stay inside. I don't know if I'd want to be out in the mobile unless I had to be out. I think I got 3 degrees here, probably going to drop. Yeah, I'm actually my location, if you looked up QRZ, I apparently did, North Liberty, Ohio. I'm about 10 miles north of Mount Vernon, 5 miles south of Butler. But yeah, I couldn't believe the signal coming off this repeater. So compliments to the trustees of this repeater. Yeah, I got 40 over 9. It almost pegs me out over here. Anyway, yeah, that gentleman mentioned about incandescent light bulb and a metal housing. It won't take much heat to keep that from freezing. You could always go with heat tape, but yeah, I kind of like that incandescent bulb with the metal covering. Anyway, I'll let it get back to the others, and I'll get out of the way. Thanks for letting me in tonight, and thanks for the use of the repeater. W8 Ohio. We'll be clear and listening.
All right there. Well, feel free to jump back in at any time. And yeah, I know roughly the area where you're at there. I've got some cousins that live down close to Mount Vernon in that area. So great to hear you out there. Come back and join us anytime. If you're a night owl, we have a net every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. called the Beacon Net. I'm the Wednesday net control, and Eric there does the pre-show and logging on a lot of the Sunday nights there. So come back and visit us. Great to hear you, and great signal, and it was cool to be able to hear you on the input. So Hope to hear you again there. This is KD8EPC saying 73, and I'm going to turn it back over to Ralph. K8DLJ, take it away.
KD8DLJ returning. Yeah, I wouldn't be out of here if they didn't give me money. I was going home the other night in my 01 Cherokee. I'm in two-wheel drive because I got a transfer case problem. And, you know, it's the Flintstone mobile. I can see the road through the floor. I got that, I think it heats better than a rag top. I'm not sure about that, but I can keep it comfortable almost. And I'm in two-wheel drive going up Route 62 from Canton toward Alliance, and all of a sudden it just hooked to the left, and I slid across the median down and up the other side and into the other lane. That's 5 in the morning. And then I put it in four-wheel drive to get back across the median to my lane, but I couldn't drive with it that way because it makes a lot of noise. In any event, I had yesterday off, and I went to come to work today, and my tire was almost dead flat. And I tried putting Fix-A-Flat in it, but it's so cold, I have arthritis, and I couldn't do it. So I just put as much air in it as I could, got to work, and I just checked on it, and it's holding air. So that's a good thing, because I get off work about 4 or 4:30, it's going to be cold enough that, you know, pumping 50 gallons worth of fuel is going to be a bummer. But I don't want to have to deal with that tire at 4 in the morning, you know. Back to you guys, KE8DLJ.
KE8VZA returning. Yeah, Ralph, I remember back in my Navy days pumping lube oil in at like 28, 30 degrees from up on deck out of 55-gallon drums down to the engine room tank, and that was a very slow process. Anyway, hey, Dustin, just FYI, I did a reverse on you here, and I'm getting you at an S6.
Very good there. Then we got it right about the same. Conditions must be good tonight. I guess I should have turned on 146.5.2 and thrown out on Simplex, see if I could hear anybody. But anyways, my washing machine just got done. It's midnight, and I have to be up for work in the morning. So I'm going to say 73 all the way around. It was great to have this nice kind of little after party and get to have a few QSOs there I don't usually get to have. We're going to go around here again. We'll say 73 to you, Eric, KE8VZA. We're going to say 73 to Mike there, W8OIO one more time. And Ralph, KE8DLJ, great to hear you, my friend. Stay warm tonight. Keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down. And, you know, you can fix that Flintstones floor by getting you a borrowed stop sign and a little bit of adhesive, and you're good to go. Hi, hi. All right, gentlemen, I'll listen out, and y'all have a great night. This is KD8EPC, and I'm going to be clear. 73.
Well, if nobody's going to jump in, I will. Nice hearing all you gentlemen over there, eastern part of Ohio, and we're going to say 73s, and I hope everybody has a great week and staying warm. W8OIO, we'll be clear.
KE8VZA returning. Yeah, I'm going to cash it in too here tonight. I can barely keep my eyelids open at this point. This is KE8VZA saying 73 to KD8EPC and W8OIO. Thanks for jumping in there, Mike. Good to hear you. And Ralph, KE8DLJ. Like Dustin said, keep the shiny side up there, Ralph, and stay warm. And we'll talk to you gentlemen down the log.
Forgive me if I don't get everybody's call, because I had to give you one ear. I'm doing paperwork and everything, too. I know it's rude, but I got to do it. You guys have a great night, and I don't I don't when it's cold out like this. I don't gab very much on the during the net. I'll listen, and that's about it. But when I get back somewhere like this where there isn't the traffic, then I'll say something. But you guys take care. Yes, stay warm and stay safe. And Dustin, put your soap in the microwave or something. You might need it in the morning. KE8DLJ. Monitoring. Clear and monitoring.
W8WKY.
KE8DLJ mobile monitoring.
W8WKY.